really know how to describe the music other than it's sort of poppy, sort of upbeat, sometimes a little chill wavy, but very kind of a stereo lab, but a little more leaning towards pop. But Goat Girl, that album, it's gotten me through these long, cold winter days, and it has a joy and a life to it that I really enjoy. I'm surprised, but check it out, Goat Girl. It's a pretty decent little album. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie, and I'm currently ranking and reviewing every single Frank Zappa album released after he passed in December of '93. Currently on number 47, 200 Motels, The Sweets. It's going to be a short video, only because if there's a blind spot in my sort of Zappa rabbit holing, it is 200 Motels specifically. I like the original soundtrack album mainly because I think the contrast between the rock and roll Flo and Eddie Mothers and the classical stuff works out well, and over the years that balance I've grown to enjoy more and more. This is not that. There is no rock in this. This is simply the Sweets, so it is the classical stuff, the orchestral stuff. So apparently the backstory behind this, which I do kind of know, is somebody wanted to do this, and with the help of Gail Zappa, they went through all of Frank's stuff, and they found sort of all of the pieces of 200 Motels, all the classical stuff, all the written dialogue, anything that Frank had presented or had never presented or had thought he was going to present related to the movie, related to whatever 200 Motels was ultimately supposed to be. And they found it and they sequenced it and they created this, which is kind of a retelling of the 200 Motels story. The basic concept about that is living on the road as a rock band. Frank estimated they'd stayed in 200 motels over the course of, their many tours, hence where that title and that number comes from. But this was done by the Los Angeles Philharmonic, which I went on a field trip there in 5th grade somewhere to see the Philharmonic, and I remember liking that field trip. But anyways, they present the music. There is a choral, I think it's called the Los Angeles Master Choral, Chorale. I don't know if that specifically refers to a group of people who sing, probably. Conducted by Esa-Pekka Salonen. Don't know if he's a big name in classical music. And this was at the Walt Disney Concert Hall, the Disneyland Concert Hall, which I find to be amazing that they did Frank Zappa music in a Disneyland concert hall, because this is still Frank Zappa music. And Penis Dimension is one of the things that's performed on here. And yes, it is the exact same Penis Dimension with added parts that you may know from Flo and Eddie, is the size of your member. Yeah, that's still in here. I'm not going to go down and break down track by track because they kind of all run together to me. It's one of those things when I listen to, it's a good thing to listen to when I drive, because there is a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, a lot of heavy German accents. The music, when it is unaccompanied by vocals, sounds phenomenal. But even something like Strictly Gentile, it is the vocal version of Strictly Gentile with all the lyrics, which is kind of one of the highlights of the entire disc. It closes out the disc. It's got the vocals, but it's got a little extended ending to it. It doesn't go into the finale, the 2000 Motels finale, which you can hear on the album, which you can hear as a separate track on stage 6. And it has kind of an extended ending that sounds amazing. The overture kicks it off without any lyrics. That is amazing. But almost everything throughout has some talking at some point. But you get overture, Went on the Road, Centerville. This Town is a Tuna Salad Sandwich. That's a big 10-minute and 15 chunk, because they took all those little pieces that would represent that on the album and kind of combined it into one long piece. The restaurant scene, Touring Can Make You Crazy, What's the Name of Your Group, which is a longer, there's a lot of talking. This is like an interview section with a lot of different parts. Can I Help You With This, Dummy? The Pleated Gazelle, which is essentially side 4 of the 2000 Motels album. All the things with the newts. Yeah, the newts. That's all part of Pleated Gazelle. I'm Stealing the Room. Shove It Right In, which is not doom, boom, boom, boom. It's not that. It is a whole different thing. Penis Dimension, which is Penis Dimension, and the finale, Strictly Genteel. Yeah, so it's orchestral music, classical music, Frank's classical music with a lot of talking and dialogue. A lot of un-PC dialogue, and you can tell the audience has some uncomfortable laughs at some part. They laugh right out at some part, but other parts where you think they might laugh, they're probably like, what? Did he just, what? Being in LA, I can only imagine the reaction this had for a lot of people. So that's it. I don't really have much to say about this. It's number 47. I listen to it more than those compilations just because it is new music. But it's something I cannot sit down, like right here. You know, it's winter here in San Antonio, and I can't go outside because there's snow. It's not something I'm going to sit down and listen to, but when I'm driving, I enjoy it because sort of the dialogue and the story keeps me engaged. But as a sit down, it kind of gets tiring to me after a while. It's a big chunk of music to kind of enjoy at once. I was going to add something else about this, but I don't remember what it is. Well, that's it, I guess. I guess I'm done talking about this. Darn it, what was I going to say? Apparently, you can get this on purple vinyl, just the overture, if that means anything to you. I don't think it does. But I forgot what I was going to say. But anyways, yeah. So it's an okay listen. If you really like the 200 Motels, the movie, or the original album, you might like this a little bit more. But again, it does not have the rock elements. Those are not here. This is simply the orchestral stuff. And it's number 47 on my list of the post-Zappa releases. 200 Motels, The Sweets. I'm going to stop yakking, people.